Artificial turf is better than natural grass. And I'll tell you exactly how in a little bit, but I've been an NFL field manager for the last 10 years. The whole grass versus turf debate has been going on for a little while, and understandably so. There are a lot of discrepancies between the different types of surfaces, not only in the NFL, but even in high school sports. I know Los Angeles Unified School District is going through a huge discussion that has to be resolved by the summer, I believe, about whether they're going to ban the future use of artificial turf in high school football fields and soccer fields and stuff like that, for natural grass. And there's a whole lot of topics. I mean, obviously, it's been going on in the NFL. NFLPA has put out multiple articles or statements about like the statistics between natural grass and artificial turf. And I think some of them, the NFLPA data shows that 28% higher non-contact lower extremity injuries happen on turf versus natural grass. So a lot more injuries. They say that there are more higher odds for season-ending injuries on natural or artificial turf rather than natural grass. So they do have some data to back it up. And I've also heard the argument a lot of there's not enough data yet. There needs to be more. So I think it's a whole discrepancy. I mean, there's a lot going on, and I have my opinions, which I will get into a little bit. But my number one, my number one reason for taking care of playing surfaces, and a lot of groundskeepers alike will share the same value and goals and priorities for the field, because whether it's natural grass, artificial turf, or anything else you might make it, and it's player safety. That's number one. The number one priority for any field manager, groundskeeper, to keep the sports surface, playing surface out there for the players, whether it's at the NFL level, college, or whatever, is player safety. Player safety is number one most important thing by far. And no matter what surface you have, it shouldn't be neglected. And I think the actual problem is bad fields. Bad fields are what we should be worried about, because I've seen some artificial turf fields that are way better than some natural grass. I've seen natural grass that are way better than some artificial turf. It's the way that it's maintained. And I understand at lower levels that there's less of a budget. Even at the higher levels, sometimes budget's an issue. And taking care of a natural grass field is a very, very, very expensive thing to do if you want to make it as good as you possibly can. That's why some of the NFL organizations can do it. But I mean, at the high school level, it's almost impossible. I've been going to the meetings regarding this movement, tried decision about whether high school should be going from artificial turf to natural grass. And I've done my research too, and of the amount of private high schools that I've been looking up lately, just to look at their facilities, every single one is artificial turf. Now, the reason that NFL stadiums do, they have I believe 15 NFL stadiums are artificial turf, 15 are natural grass. And where I'm going with this is that there are different reasons. So I said that artificial turf is better than natural grass in some situations. At each level, they have their reasons. In the NFL, about half are artificial, half are natural. And the reason is because owners want to make money. That's really what it comes down to. The artificial turf fields are out there so owners can make money and it can survive weather, whatever the case may be. But they want to be able to run more events. If they have artificial turf out there rather than natural grass, they can run so many more events. I mean, over at SoFi Stadium, over at so many of these other places too. There are so many concerts, there are fan events, community events, and everything, and that only really could be done with the natural grass to the extent that they do it, have people on the field and everything. So they want to make money, and it's a business. That's just part of it. But a lot of players in the NFL that I've spoken to have an issue or a preference of going to natural grass over turf. And obviously the data from the NFLPA shows, but I think it's also some of the loudest voices are the ones you hear. And I don't think anybody's going to sit up there and just defend artificial turf like that. Like if you're a fan of playing on it, you probably don't care that much because you also like playing on grass. But if you don't like playing on that, then obviously you like playing on grass. Everybody likes playing on grass. Nobody likes playing on artificial turf that's bad. Same with the bad grass field. I mean, at the NFL level, that's why you get the artificial turf field so often, so they can have events and then you can still maintain the quality of the field. With a natural grass field, you can do that to an extent, but you have to resod or you have to really make sure that the grass isn't going to be ruined, or just deal with it. But that's risky and that's very dangerous to the players. So that's not recommended. Resods happen a lot over at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. I mean, they rip out their field sometimes throughout the course of the season. I mean, I know USC does too, and plenty of other places around the country do it, especially during football season. Some stadiums have two teams. That's why artificial's a possibility as well. I mean, over at MetLife and SoFi, both places have two different NFL teams. A lot of NFL stadiums have college teams or Major League Soccer or whatever it may be. So there's a lot going on these artificial turf fields that just really isn't possible with grass. Now, FIFA, the World Cup's coming up. The reason that FIFA makes their players play on grass, they do not allow artificial turf. And so a lot of these stadiums around the country, I mean, it's in the US this year, are artificial turf that they're going on. They're putting natural grass on top over at Hard Rock. I mean, they're always changing out. They're probably the busiest stadium in the country. So they just put their grass in. I know SoFi Stadium just put their grass in. And then Dallas and some other places. I think Seattle's had it in for a while. But all these places are artificial turf and they're laying sod on top of it. And that's FIFA's preferences. Funny enough, the statistics about like soccer, football, whatever you want to call it, soccer players getting injured on artificial turf versus grass, it's actually much higher in women. So I'm trying to find the exact stat, but women do get more injuries on artificial turf, according to the study that I found, than men getting injuries on artificial turf. There wasn't much of a discrepancy between the men getting more on artificial turf compared to natural grass. So it really just it's really just something that FIFA wants to do and keep up the tradition. They feel like they can have the same type of sod or something that works all around. That way it's consistent for the players to play on. I mean, the ball is on the ground for a majority of the game, if not pretty much like 99.99% of the game. So they want the ball to roll the same way, or they want the cleats to feel the same on this surface, this surface, this surface. And that doesn't really work if you're on artificial turf, but that's just the way they do it. And I respect it. I respect grass. I mean, honestly, I care about a great field, whether it's artificial turf or grass. Honestly, I think a natural grass field that performs great is better than an artificial field that performs great. I truly believe that. But if you go, even in the NFL level, but if you go down to the college or high school level, the budgets just are not there most of the time. I mean, most places do not have a budget for $1 million worth of equipment, maybe even more, and a full-time crew that can be at that field or at that facility, or maybe they have multiple fields all the time and just focus on that like NFL teams can. So once you get down to those lower levels, I mean, grass just doesn't work as well, really, because if you're in high school, you have football, but then you also have soccer team playing on it, and maybe there's community events, like a local league or something like that, kids playing on it. Whatever it may be on your grass field, it's going to be non-existent, really. Especially if you're in a place that doesn't get too much sun or your grass just isn't well maintained. It's even if it is well maintained, the grass is just going to be gone. So the reality that, especially that I've talked to people that have been taking care of the LAUSD and City of LA high school fields and other community fields for decades. Because I went to some of those meetings. So I got to actually hear it from those people. They said that a lot of these grass fields, they're just playing on dirt and rocks. So that would probably be a situation where natural grass is not the best option compared to the artificial turf fields. Because, I mean, what's safer? An artificial turf field that, yeah, it probably gets a little warmer, or a natural grass field that isn't really grass anymore. It's just natural dirt and rocks. So, I mean, all that. Like, there are different points that are made for each one. Like natural grass, the wear and tear is way worse than artificial turf. It does not last as long. Artificial turf, it gets hotter on there. So you'll get like turf burn. So like what's better? Who has the answer? I really think it's always go with grass if you can. If not, if you want to do other stuff that's going to kill the grass, then go with artificial turf. That's my perspective. I really think that's the way to do it. But no matter what the surface is, it has to be taken care of well. And so one of the big issues around like a lot of school districts is that they have like people that go from this field to this field to this field to go take care of the grass. Maybe they'll bring a mower from here to here to here, and maybe they'll do what they can, but budgets keep getting cut, especially for people that take care of fields. There's no respect there from a lot of other people. So these people are not being able to take care of the fields that they properly should, not because they're bad at it, but because they don't have the time to go everywhere and perfectly manicure these fields, especially when players are playing on it all the time, and not even just players, outside parties. So I don't know. For the high school level, if your field can be maintained and contained, then yeah, grass. But if that's not going to be the case, then put turf out there. It just has to be well manicured. There's different qualities of turf. There's different qualities of grass, and all of it comes down to maintenance. Maintenance is the most important part of a sports field, no matter what type of surface it is. So, in my honest opinion, like, yes, go with our natural grass. Go with natural grass. That's really what it should be, in my professional opinion. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with artificial turf a lot of the time because I don't know, it's cool. I like it. I like seeing an artificial turf field being played on the highest level because it's being manicured, it's being maintained by the people at the highest level. I've been at, like I said, multiple places that have all types of surfaces, and just the level of care that goes into each and every one of them when you're at the NFL level or even for other sports is just insane. So groundskeepers, field managers, or even city employees that are taking care of multiple fields, whatever it may be, just keep getting after it. And whether it's grass or turf, take care of it. I mean, most people do. A lot of people in this profession are good at it. They care about it. And I mean, trust me, they put a lot of hours in. So if you're really going to ask me about grass versus turf, I'm going with grass if you can take care of it the right way, if it can be properly maintained. Turf, if not. So I don't know. There's good quality turf. There's good quality grass, obviously, but there's bad quality between both of them as well. So you really just got to make sure you know what kind of situation that place has before they really make a decision. And so like this whole thing with the school district and all that, I don't know. I think it's case by case. There's no one answer for all. Unless you're FIFA and you can afford to resod every single artificial turf field in the country. But good for them. So that's up to them. They're able to do it, and that's what they do. So afterwards, it'll be ripped out, go back to artificial turf for the NFL season. So I appreciate everybody sitting here with me and listening to me rant about grass versus turf. If you have any other opinions or if you have any sports field needs, comment or send me an email or whatever. I'd say just comment to this. Yeah, I'm not going to put my email yet. Put it on the next one. Watch for my Tuesday video, and you'll see an email out there. But I appreciate everybody for watching this. Let me know your opinions. And I think if we are going to be talking about grass versus turf, we need to be talking about maintenance. Maintenance should always be in the conversation. It's good fields versus bad fields, not grass versus turf. All right, so that's my opinion. Hate it or love it, I'm